All right, man. Torture talk, 12 o'clock. You know what it is, man. Wasn't going to do an episode at 12, but I had some time. So I said, you know what? Let me just do this real quick. All right, man. So today's episode, Joe Buttons is talking about J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick, and where he believes J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick stand today. Before I get into that, I gotta give my legendary spiel. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me wait for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know the final ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. I went 1,300 subscribers, over 14, 15, 16,000 is coming up. I'm on that right there. It should be tonight. Yeah, man. Let me know where you from. I'm the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you from. So we're going to get to this, man. Let's do it. Also, man, go follow Escott Bars. You know what I'm saying? And Torture Talk After Hours. You know what it is. Torture Talk After Hours is lit right now. Make sure y'all go follow me over there. All right, man. So let's get it.
He may down the line.
We don't know. You might just be early with that.
You might be right.
So this could be the early, hey, you cannot download this. He might double back with full-length vinyls, the new artwork. He might go do some artsy shit. It's Cole.
I would love to see Cole or anybody of this magnitude be like, no, you have to go to my website and buy this, or you have to buy a record, or you have to buy a CD or a tape or whatever the fuck format you want to give it to us in.
That's fire.
I would love to see that.
That's what Kanye's been doing.
Yeah, for sure. In my opinion, the music that we've gotten from Kanye in this era has not been. This is a good J. Cole song. Mm-hmm. The Kanye songs that we've gotten as he's been independent are not.
All right. I guess I got to give my take on this song. It's cool. And I'll explain a little more at the end. I'm probably going to do more talking on this episode than actually listening to them. But I'm gonna let them talk, and then I'm gonna explain how I feel about the J. Cole song and what I think about J. Cole's career.
This, in comparison to the rest of his catalog, this is on par with anything J. Cole has ever done, in my opinion. The Kanye stuff that he's doing completely independent, in my opinion, is not Graduation or anything else.
Got it.
I mean, Kanye has a lot going on. I'm just going to give him an excuse. He has a lot going on, but it's really not an excuse, but he does have a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? And I think Kanye should take a break from making music as well. You know what I'm saying? And I'll talk about him another time, but let's keep it going.
Cole made out really good out of that whole Big Three shit.
He did.
I know he got his back kicked in a bunch.
Yeah.
I maybe have even said this before, but with every release, and I just hear his tone and how he goes about things, it's clear that not only did he not want to end up being the Drake in that battle, like the person who caught the worst end of the stick, I don't think he wanted to end up being the Kendrick in that battle either, which is the winner and having to run all around and
I understand exactly what Joe is saying, but there's a flaw in that argument, right? J. Cole, I mean, respectfully, J. Cole is a bitch in hip hop. Respectfully. And I mean that in the most sincere way. What I mean by that is, maybe that's the wrong choice of words for some people, but for me, he's a punk. He's not willing to put everything on the line for this. He's not. Absolutely not willing to put it all on the line for this. So when Joe says he didn't want to be the Drake and he didn't want to be the Kendrick, I understand. But he's a coward. That's how I look at it. He's a coward. When it comes to hip hop, I'm saying, not in real life. I don't know him. He could be the toughest guy in the world. But when it comes to that pen, he's a coward. When it comes to taking that mantle up, the throne, he's a coward. He is a fake king. He's literally a fake king when it comes to being the best. He's a false prophet when it comes to being the best. You know what I'm saying? And I'll explain more why. Let's keep it going.
Having this be demanded of you, and just I think he landed in the perfect spot,
bro. Peace. My
he
peace.
chose peace. And he told us that, and it's hip hop, so we didn't care.
Yeah, my peace of mind is more than all that shit. I don't want the anxiety that comes along with the interviews.
I want to do a Super Bowl.
Yeah, bro.
But see, that is totally against what y'all saying. If you're saying he's saying that, I can understand. But I can't understand why he would say that and then go around saying that he's the best of all time. He's the greatest. He's the GOAT. He's the best. You can't say you're the best until you beat the best. And the best is Mr. Lamar. And you didn't beat him. You stuck your chin out and told him to take his best shot. You know what I'm saying? You apologized in front of your festival. In front of your festival, you apologized. So when they say stuff like this, oh, he landed the perfect place. No, he didn't. He landed in bitch land. That's where he landed at. He didn't land in a perfect place. Hip hop is a competitive sport. He could never say he's the best or the greatest. I don't care if he worries about his peace or not. When you are a musician, you have no peace. That's what it is. You have none of that. You have to keep going. Oh, I wanted my peace. Great musicians don't have peace. And I ain't meaning like peace as in like it's quiet. No, I'm talking about in their head as far as making perfect or making music that keeps going. There's no time for peace. They keep it going. He's a coward. That's why he's where he's at. He's the guy that watched his friends get beat on and don't do nothing. Well, ironically, he did step in. Well, allegedly, he stepped in for Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to rap, I'm talking about. That's it.
That's a lot. Kendrick has a lot of pressure on him, or has at least in the last 6 months.
I think I'm not mad at Cole. Some niggas just happy with being content with where they are, bro.
Right.
Life is good.
But y'all don't agree with that, though. Come on, man. Y'all don't agree with that? Nobody agrees with being content. Only cowards do. If you're content, that means you're fulfilled. That means you should stop doing music. Because with music, you can't be content. You can't be content with music. You have to keep pushing the envelope. You have to keep pushing past. You can't always be content. Oh, I'm content with what I do. No. Because you're going to fall by the wayside. And believe it or not, J. Cole being such a great lyricist is actually bad for him. And I'll explain why. A lot of y'all probably like, what are you talking about? I'm going to explain why him being such a great lyricist is bad for him. I'll explain it. Let's keep it going.
Great.
Must be easy too when you're as successful as Cole's been. Like,
I don't need none of that shit.
Yeah, fuck all that. Play that second verse.
I want to hear some of the second verse.
Yeah.
And then we can get out.
You got a little secret J. Cole song?
Yeah, he dropped it on his blog. It's something that he said he just wanted to throw out there. Something he worked on called Clouds. Sent it to everybody in case y'all didn't have the blog.
I do have the blog, but I didn't get it from there. I got it from you. The record is dope, man. The record is dope.
All right. Brand new Cole. What is this record called?
Clouds.
Clouds. Crazy on the next
Second verse was yeah.
The next verse he was absolutely bonkers.
Got that little Andre flow bag.
Yeah. He left Earth on the second verse. I like it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I like it too.
I like it a lot. I don't like. I'm still tired of like the secret blog drop or Instagram drop or whatever. I want to own, maybe it's just like the record collector in me. I want to own the shit, like for real, not like a dub. Right, which is what I equate the MP3 to.
I like the blog era coming back.
I like it.
I like blog era.
I guess that's cool. I guess a lot of artists are pushing their way towards independency from the record labels, but I mean, the record labels ain't going nowhere and the independents ain't going nowhere. people gonna push towards whatever, and record labels are gonna still control whatever. So I don't. I agree with them. I think it's dope that people are doing that, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know J. Cole's situation contractual situation.
Coming back, I wish Blog Era would come back in terms of people aggregating a bunch of dope music. But like just artists releasing some shit where you gotta dig for it and find it, I don't love.
Well, I actually like it.
Sometimes Two Dope Boys had an exclusive that you could only get on Two Dope Boys. Same with Dat Piff. Same with You Heard That New. There's another one. There's another big one.
Not Right.
Not Right.
Not Right. Yeah.
Duh. Not Right. Yeah. There was sometimes it was joints you could only get from there. Is all I'm saying. So that.
Yeah, I remember those. If y'all don't really know what that is, those are streaming platforms that was before Spotify, that was before Apple Music. Well, Apple Music, I mean, Apple was iTunes, but it was called iTunes was Apple Music, I believe, or it was just called Apple at the time, Music. But yeah, those were the first streaming platforms because you put your mixtapes on there, and that was it. But then once the Spotify's and iHeart, all the streaming services start coming around, they started getting all the DSPs or whatever you want to call them from the record labels, and they took over everything. And even when you put all of those mixtapes that had samples on it, because I rapped and I did beats, and me and my cousins, we did songs and we put them on Dat Piff, and we had mad CDs on there. You go on there now and they all gone. They deleted all of them. You know what I'm saying? All the music that we did that had samples on it, erased, gone. You know what I'm saying? All of it. Yeah, and I don't even have because this is when we was younger. I don't even have the music. What's the name? Those I have some of them, but not all of them. But I say that to say, yeah, I understand that Piff had a huge problem with Spotify and all of them streaming platforms when they came out because they started it first. And I think that they should get some type of credit for that because they was the ones that started it, like for real.
Feeling of Blog Era, I like that. Even when the SoundCloud wave took off and you could only get things there, I kind of like that mixtape exclusivity thing still sometimes, depending on who's doing it.
I like it just because it feels like when an artist does it this way, they taking the pressure off of. Now I don't care how it performs.
Right.
I'm not selling. I'm giving it directly to those who subscribe to me. You know what I mean? I don't have. This is just for my people. It's just hey,
I get that.
This is something for y'all. It's another way, and there's certain artists that are very big on direct interactions with their fans. Cole being one of them.
For sure.
So I appreciate it from him. I like when.
I guess let me clarify or go deeper. I'm conflicted because the fan of me, the J. Cole fan of me, or if any of my favorite artists release shit that way, I'm just excited to get new music. But the collector in me, I want a thing, whether it's a real high-res MP3 with a cover. I want that. I don't want just some MP3 like.
I not 100% agree with him on that. I want an actual copy. Because you never know what happen with these streaming platforms. Another thing too, I forgot to mention, MySpace was the first where you can play your own music or you can see people could listen to your music. So MySpace probably was the first streaming, without being streaming, I'm saying. So you can actually go to somebody's MySpace and they can have their music on there right on the play. MySpace, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, in my opinion, MySpace was the greatest social media app ever created when it comes to social media. Facebook took off, and to me, Facebook is a MySpace ripoff, but Facebook is more on the lines of like Facebook is like a movement. It's like a cultural movement. You know what I'm saying? It's more like, not even say a cultural movement. Facebook is more like it's like a way of life. MySpace was so much different than Facebook. Even though it was the same in a way, it was so much different. MySpace taught you how to code. Like, to really think about it, it taught you how to really code. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really did. Like, a lot of people don't even pay attention to that. MySpace really taught you how to code. It taught you how to really make your own website. You could build it up, put your own plane. They told you where, if you copy this and you you take that letter out and put this letter in, and you put a space here and put a space down here. It'll make, like, it really did teach you how to code. It really did. And they took MySpace and did that. But I say that to say MySpace, SoundCloud, DatPiff, and all of those websites back then definitely did give you ways where you can display your music. So I understand what Parks is saying, but I definitely would want a physical copy of this stuff. I think that artists are not taking advantage of that right now. And the big artists should be taking advantage. You drop a song on your website, I put it to you like this. If I'm an artist, I'm dropping a song on my website and I'm giving it away for free. And on top of that, I'm giving a certain amount away for free, but I'm going to give you a physical copy with artwork. All you have to do is subscribe in the first 200 people or whatever would get it. And I already have pressed up. And what you got to do is put your email, and I'll email you and somehow we get your address, send it to your house or whatever. Or you put your address and then you put your address in and then we'll send a copy to you if you win. That's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me.
It's like getting a Maxwell tape with the fucking, for the song. That was fun, but I also want like the cover.
I want to jump in this mix. This sounds like a fun one.
It's a little nerd.
This is fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm a music collector as well, so I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
My only retort would be, for the artist to ever get the power back in their hands, it's going to be the fans and the music collectors that have to suffer.
I don't agree with that at all. I think you can still release music on your blog in a way that is
like
purchasable or whatever, downloadable in a more tangible format than just MP3 with the blank Apple fucking default logo shit.
Well, that was that go against the label or something.
Hold up, purchasable from where? Where would that link send you to?
Website.
To his own website.
Fuck yeah. I would encourage artists to do that.
You could do that?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Why can't you?
But he just did something like that with his
with the show.
With the show.
Well, artists can't do that if they're using their likeness. They can't do that. Parks know this. You cannot. If you say you're J. Cole and you're saying that you selling a song, if the label doesn't agree to that, if you're signed to a label, now let's just say if J. Cole's signed to a label, I don't know if he is, I don't know his label situation. If he has that in his contract where I can sell side CDs, yeah. But if you have your voice, usually your voice is signed to. You can't do anything without telling them. Can't sell something on the side. Unless it's in his contract. Unless he's a free agent and he doesn't have no listening, you can do that. Kanye West doesn't have it. He can do whatever he wants. You know what I'm saying? So you can do it, but you have to understand it has to be in the contract. So I don't know if Parks, I know Parks knows a lot, but maybe he'll explain that, but that's not true all the way. It has to be in your contract. Record labels ain't just going to let artists just, if that's the case, then artists will be doing that all over the place. They'll be literally just selling their CDs. Drake and Kendrick they'll be selling their CDs on the side. Oh, I mean, put out, if I could make $10 million off of a CD that the record label won't even have nothing to do with, you think they wouldn't be doing that? Come on, man. Stop it.
With the podcast.
Yeah. Similar.
So what I'm saying is he's already shown, and I think there are a lot of people that believe that the future of the music business will be D2C.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Not even just music.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and if you agree with that part, then you kind of got to champion
that's true.
When this happens.
I agree with that.
Agreed. I just think it could be done better in that. Give me an album cover.
Understand what he's saying. He agrees with y'all, but he's just saying that it could be given away better. Like, if you're gonna give me a song like this instead of just a black cover or a white cover, do a cover art. Do something that's a little more like, even if I have to download the cover, you know what I'm saying? The cover art to it. Do something that is more that I can hold on to and say, yeah, This is a J. Cole joint. You know what I'm saying? Not just some black cover art, like, you know what I'm saying, with clouds on there. Like, I don't know. I know what he's saying though. Let's keep
a link. I want to download. I want the high
photo or
res shit.
something.
I don't want no fucking shitty MP3. I want some good sounding shit.
Well, the point was like, because even with certain blogs, the blog era we talked about, certain shit was just streamed up there through an embedded player.
I know.
It wasn't meant for download.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that was-
like, he
that
didn't
was-
have this for
that
download.
was
I
gonna
had to
be
rip
my
this
response
to
to
sit
that.
there.
different argument. That has nothing to do with what he's talking about. Y'all literally keep going around the argument. He's saying he agrees with y'all, but it should be done better. That's all he's saying. And y'all saying, well, you got to understand it. Like, no, he agrees with what you're saying. He thinks it should be done better. Y'all accepting this, and he's saying, no, we already passed that point in history. It should be done better. Like, at this point, this should be displayed better. Why are you still giving me the same Mercedes that you gave me 5 years ago? When with the same or you even going backwards, you're giving me the same Mercedes with the same radio 20 years later. That's what he's saying. Like, come on.
So
That just tells me this wasn't meant for that.
yeah, because if he wants something that you can download, I'm pretty sure he's going to give you a cover. And a lot of the nerds, we put our own covers, so that ain't even nothing. I already got a cover on this.
Bro, cut it out. Cut it out. So, like I said, some of these dudes be saying some of the craziest things. Some of the nerds we put our own cover. Bro, you missing the point that Parks is saying, bro. And that's my problem when it comes to J. Cole, and I'm going to explain why I feel that way. I'm just going to let them talk just a little bit. And
I ain't crying off of that.
So they could do that for sale, and the label don't.
I don't know. I don't know what his contract situation is. I imagine because he has his own label.
He
that
may
could.
be able to do that. We're not talking about across the board.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Whatever his situation is, clearly he has the power to do that.
Yeah, I'm not saying this has to be on Spotify and Apple. I would just like to get like a good version with a cover and like have it like it's like presenting. It shows value. You value the piece of art that you created when.
yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You present it in a beautiful way, as opposed to just like I said, the corny default. Fucking,
But this ain't that though.
Wait,
like he
look.
even goes off to say, like, "Hey, yo, this is something I just worked on. This ain't the art that I'm giving y'all."
That's some
And you making it, man. Listen, I'm just gonna end it there, man, because I don't. Y'all can watch the rest on there. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm sick and tired of people making excuses for people when it comes to people like J. Cole. J. Cole is one of the best lyricists of all time. He's definitely in my top, I would say top 10. He's up there. He's definitely up there. He hasn't gotten better from when he was younger. He's much better now. But I'm gonna tell y'all my biggest issue with J. Cole, and the reason why I say what I said about him being a great lyricist, but that's detrimental to his career. Because that's all he relies on. All he relies on is him being a great lyricist. That's it. When it comes down to it, you can't just be a great lyricist. You have to be a savage in this game. And if you're not a savage in this hip hop game, you're gonna lose every time. J. Cole is the biggest disappointment in the big three conversation to me. That's why I kicked him out of the big three. It's so many different reasons why he's the biggest disappointment. He has multiple verses that I would say are iconic, but that's just it. It's like seeing a piece of art that you like, but you don't love, that you're not in love with. I'm not in love with his verses. I just like his verses. I think they're fire. I even go as far as saying some of his verses are phenomenal, but I'm not in love with them. It's like dating a girl who's super fine. You know what I'm saying? She's super fine. And she always looking good. She keep herself looking right. You know what I'm saying? But you're just not in love with her. She just doesn't have that attraction, the sex appeal. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about J. Cole verses. I think a lot of his verses is fire, but they don't have the replay value to me. I'll listen to it, and sometimes I listen to it just to see what he's going to say, right? Just to see how good it's going to be, because he got to outdo the last one. In my opinion, that's how I believe he feels. And I'd say he feels that way, but that's how I feel like he feels. Like he has to outdo every time he does it. So I'm looking forward to see how great he is. But that's all I can say is he's just a great lyricist. That's it. I mean, some people say, oh, you got some good songs. Yeah, you do. But for the most part, a lot of songs are forgettable. And to me, he's that Mercedes-Benz that hasn't had to upgrade since for 5 years. He's just a great looking car. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about J. Cole. He doesn't have the screen, the new screen that shows you different things. He don't have the outside that, you know, the OnStar, whatever. He don't have none of that. Just regular degular. And that's why I say, to me, I can't see J. Cole, anybody comparing him to Kendrick. You can't. When it comes down to it, let's be clear here. I want y'all to understand something. To be the best, you have to beat the best. You have to be a savage to beat the best, to be the best. If you always claiming that you are the best, every time I hear you, you talk about how good you are and how much you're the best. It just lets me know that you're delusional and you believe you're the best in your head. So for some people, that's good enough. But for me, it's not. It's not good enough because that guy literally called you out by name. He called you out and you back down. If you see two dogs fighting and one dog barks a lot, then the other dog come and he grip him up and sling him around a little bit. And then next thing you know, the other dog was just, yeah, that's J. Cole. He's the other dog. You know what I'm saying? He's the other dog. Drake tried to put up a fight, but that little red nose got up on him, man. That's all I'm saying. So I'm looking at it from that point of view. Listen, I like Clouds. I thought it was cool, but it's not something that I think that it's not an upgrade. It's just J. Cole. We know. I know. But it's not nothing that it's like, oh man, shwoo, yeah. Whenever you listen to Kendrick, from Good Kid, Mad City to GNX, it's an upgrade. Some people say it's not better than the other, but it is an upgrade. It's something that you don't know what's going to hit you. J. Cole, I already know what he's going to do. Every song he talks about the same thing most of the time, and most of the time it's just his pen. That's it. How great his pen is and how much he the best. That's right there. His Achilles heel is how good he really is. His Achilles heel is because he's really good and he's really good at doing nothing. That's it. Just good at lyricism. But he doesn't move me anymore. I get it that we like J. Cole and I love lyricism. I do. But it has to be a point where the lyrics have to meet. It has to meet with being an idealistic type of artist and push it to another level. I know it's very difficult to be a lyricist and have ideas that push you up because one's going to always supersede the other. It's going to either be the lyrics that's going to supersede your ideas or it's going to be the idea that's going to supersede your lyrics. But you have to find that sweet spot and push it up gradually. J. Cole is here and his ideas are here. That song, that Cloud song sound like something he did already. It's super lyrical and it's fire, don't get me wrong. But it's only fire, it's not white hot. It's blue hot to me. You know what I'm saying? It's blue flames. It ain't that right out the gap. It ain't sun, it ain't the middle of the core. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to be super lyrical for that. You have to find that perfect balance. And I just think that J. Cole, he's just doing stuff that he knows that he knows that people are going to like. He's in a comfortable position. But when you want to be the best, there's no comfortability anymore. You can't be comfortable when you want to be the best. Your head got to be on the swivel. You got to be on it. And that's how I feel about J. Cole. He's not on it. Until you beat the best, you cannot claim that you're the best. That's it. You could fight the best. You could try to get the better stats than the best, whatever you want to call it. But until you beat the best, that's it. So, thank you for joining me. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll see y'all maybe at 6. I don't know yet. But if not, I'll see y'all tomorrow morning, man. Also, too, man, make sure you go to After Hours, man. All right, see y'all. Peace. Bye.